subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, we're in the building, guys. We're in the building. We're in the building. We are in the building. Round of applause to you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on the tap in. We're here. I'm here. You're here. Let's get it popping. And I need everybody to give me a fly retweet. Let everybody know that we are indeed live right now. And before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, let me give a real quick shout out to many of the regulars that's always in here thoroughly. I see Miss Tyra, I see Aurelius, I see Hillary, I see Elijah in the building. I see Miss Beverly, I see Terry, Kel, King Troy, FBA Law, I see Natural Tura, Trinity, KK, Brother Arthur, Boss Lady Shane, and the Tethernator. So much respect to you guys. And we will take some calls in a minute. We're just gearing everything up. Again, y'all give me some retweets and let folks know that we're live doing our thing. What I do want to talk about, the first thing, have y'all heard about what's going on with BET? BET, they came out and said that the BET Awards and the Soul Train Awards, which airs on BET, is paused right now. That's very interesting. And let me read an article discussing what they mean by it. There's a couple of different sources, but it's been suspended indefinitely. I'm gonna read from Rolling Stone. Let me do that. Let me read from Rolling Stone. It says it's less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for this changing media landscape. The CEO of BT said. So it says, hold on. Excuse me. The future of BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Music Awards is in limbo. In a recent interview with Billboard, BET CEO Scott Mills confirmed that the two staple award ceremonies will not return for the foreseeable future as the company works to reconfigure its place amid changes in the media and entertainment industries. Quote, so for BET Linear, we have suspended Soul Train and Hip Hop Award shows, Mills said, with BET Linear referring to the original cable network. But we have a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve. They aren't gone. It goes on to say, the Soul Train Music Awards premiered in 1987. Viewer concerns for the fate of the show increased in 2024 when BET skipped the ceremony for the year without notice. The official social media account for Soul Train has not been active since March 2024. The BET Hip Hop Awards launched in 2006 and has consistently aired annually. So look, the reality is this: the ratings has been super down for the BET Awards. The ratings have been trash. Family, I think last year for the BET Hip Hop Awards, I think there was like a 50% drop. It was a 50% drop. That's major. And we got to talk about the elephant in the room. What's really going on? And our good brother Star from the Star Report, he broke some stuff down too. Shout out to Star, the legendary DJ Star. He broke some stuff down about it. Excuse me. Listen, as we know, family, there is a foundational Black American Renaissance movement right now. The Renaissance is here. People are becoming more culturally sophisticated, ladies and gentlemen. That lowbrow, minstrelly nonsense, that's not cutting it anymore. It's too many of us becoming more sophisticated culturally. There's an awakening and a respect for things that we create culturally. And now, when you have that certain level of respect for who you are and who your culture is and what your culture is, you start to reject things that denigrate it. And we're seeing that now. See, we are rejecting, a lot of people are rejecting the minstrel and inauthentic representation that BET has been ushering in. You understand? Excuse me. This renaissance that we're having right now, it emphasizes authentic portrayals of foundational Black American culture. All of the stereotypical depictions and all of that that's amplified by the corporate media, that's looked down upon now. Y'all remember was it one of them hip hop shows or one of the BET shows? I think was it the last one? I don't know. Where they had Sexy Red and Krishan up there all in the aisles, pregnant and twerking. That was rock bottom, ladies and gentlemen. When I saw just the still shots of that, I said, this is rock bottom for BET. This that was so low brow. I said, do I need to make some phone calls up here and just get on people's bumper about having this type of shit? Just putting that on the airwaves like that. That was real offensive. Just have two pregnant chicks twerking. And because that's not us doing that. That's some other people. That's white corporate and in tethers behind the scenes putting that shit together. I know who works behind the scenes up at these networks. You understand? That's why when you look at the ratchet love and hip hop shows and all that, is white people and tethers sitting up there producing that shit. And there's a rejection of it, ladies and gentlemen. You see? Those kind of moments orchestrated by these non-FBA gatekeepers and the white supremacists that degrades the cultural legacy of hip hop and that alienates people who are getting a consciousness about themselves. Yeah, that thing didn't drop 50% for nothing. Also, let's be real. Let's really get into it. Y'all know that backlash against Fat Joe. They've been trying to wheel out Fat Joe as the host again, because remember, the BET Awards, that's a satellite for the Democrats, all right? These shows represent what the Democrats want Black society to be, a watered down minstrel show with non FBA representation. That's what they want it to be. So that we can elevate other cultures, have other cultures come in and authenticate them and legitimize them so they can go around here misrepresenting things that are supposed to be for us, like hip hop, like Fat Joe slash Latinos and blacks created at 50-50. So yeah, they were setting him up to say that bullshit, to go out there and press that lie that our culture was somehow co-created by Puerto Ricans, which we debunked the shit out of that. But the thing is, remember, this renaissance, it heightened sensitivity on how Black American contributions are going to be acknowledged. And Fat Joe, he called out our lineage and disrespect our lineage by name when he was on what's his name show. What's the guy was in? What's the guy's name? Was it Math Hoffa? He was on his show talking about FBA's foundational Black Americans, bunch of broke niggas and all that stuff. Yeah, you kind of put the nail in the coffin right there. His career's been downhill ever since. See, people, y'all didn't know how to read the temperature of what's going on out here in the streets. There's a renaissance right now. Y'all better read the temperature. See, cats sit up here and lie to themselves on that FBA stuff. That's just some stuff on Twitter. No shit. You better ask Fat Joe and ask BET. Ask Washington, D.C. when we went out there by the thousands twice. You better ask. Ask our good brother Ryan Coogler, who identifies as foundational Black American and made an FBA themed movie that's the #1 movie in the damn world all this year. You better ask and read the damn room. This thing is real. Yeah. And when Fat Joe said that, not too long after, they had to announce he won't be hosting. You damn right he won't. You damn right he won't be hosting it no more. And in fact, the street said ain't no BET award, bitch. That's what the street said. Y'all think it's a game out here. Yeah? Look, a lot of foundational Black Americans felt marginalized by non-FBA hosting something and making comments like that. So yeah, the backlash was real. And don't you think that microphone check that don't have no influence? Microphone check, that's we made the greatest hip hop documentary ever. There's no other documentary on hip hop better than Microphone Check. You tell me what? Tell me that a documentary better than Microphone Check as far as hip hop. That's I set out to make the best documentary on hip hop, and that's exactly what we did. Well, we shook the table with that one. We had people losing their damn minds, calling theaters, getting it pulled out of theaters, mad and threatening. Oh, these people were losing their minds. You do that when something is with you. But we told the real truth, and we got the real pioneers. We got all the pioneers, all of the first to tell the truth. The microphone check. We centered the foundational Black American origins of hip hop. We highlighted the roots in Black American communities, and we dismissed and debunked all of those narratives that try to dilute that history. We emphasize and prove the foundational Black American origins of hip hop in every single element. And that film empowered audiences to demand cultural ownership and authenticity from platforms like BET. You see? See that heightened awareness, see that makes viewers more critical of award shows that they perceived as being commercialized and that's really disconnected from hip hop's real roots. And that's going to contribute to the declining ratings. You see, because people want the real now. When you put out something real authentic, that's why they don't want it out because now you can't bullshit everybody. That's they when you put out something real and you put out the truth, you can't run game no more. That's why the corporate structure they were hell bent against hip hop. A lot. Listen, when we put out microphone check. That's what I mean. When we put out microphone check, we got a lot of publicity. Fortunately, from a lot of mainstream non-hip hop media outlets. That really took it to another place. We went to a lot of the mainstream things that weren't really hip hop centered. That's how we kind of got it in the door to a certain degree. But plus it was the 50-year hip hop thing too. So we were really working that angle. A lot of mainstream media conglomerates wanted to do stories about the 50th anniversary, but we didn't really get no love from no hip hop outlets, just like allhiphop.com, just a few. We didn't get no love from no hip hop um, outlets. Y'all notice that? People were asking, hey man, how come you ain't on such and such show? You've been on there before. Hey man, ask them. Hey, publicity people reached out to them, ask them. They'll tell you better. How come these hip hop so-called platforms or radio stations you ain't discussing the #1 hip hop film in the country right now? That's because the film challenged what was happening at these stations. You had gentrification at these stations. You had a whole bunch of Puerto Rican and Latino program directors at these stations all around the country, gatekeeping the culture. You got these non-FBA people working up there, helping to facilitate these false narratives. That's the reality. Yeah. But right now, there is a shift towards cultural sophistication. See, this Renaissance movement that aligns with a broader push for like cultural sophistication among Black American audiences, and we're just rejecting these exploitive things that are just misrepresenting the culture. The movement that we got now, man, it really encourages pride and intellectual and artistic contributions. Just like the Harlem Renaissance. That was a beautiful thing. In Harlem, there was a Black Renaissance in Harlem where it was a great thing to be intellectual. They had book clubs, learning and poetry, and you know, all about being enlightened. They were promoting Black businesses. That was promoted heavy. Dressing real fly. Everybody just took pride in how fly they were. It was a beautiful thing. And that's what's going on right now with Foundation of Black American Renaissance going on right now. People are taking pride in their lineage right now. You're respecting your lineage, and we're intelligently talking and discussing our lineage and making everybody else put some respect on it. Yeah. So award show moments that prioritize spectacle minstrel nonsense over some real substance, that ain't it. That's not resonating with audiences no more. We got FBA artists who's out here spitting that real, like Kendrick, people like that, whose rhymes and style and his whole aesthetic right now is wrapped in the FBA Renaissance. Not Like Us was our national anthem. That was a foundational Black American anthem. So now, and Kendrick, this brother, I mean, he took it to the Super Bowl. That brother went to the biggest stage in the world with foundational Black American messaging. So now, if you look at that and you look at all the number one movie in the country, foundational Black American theme, the biggest performance by hip hop artists on the Super Bowl, foundational Black American theme, all on the number one documentary film, foundational Black American theme. You contrast that with some mushmouth cat rapping in a cipher. You don't want to see that. You understand? You don't want to see no mushmouth cat who can barely talk rapping a cipher. You don't want to hear that shit. Nobody's gonna tune into that. It's people are stepping it up now. Even the hip hop game now. I like where it's going now. The clips, beautiful album. Them brothers are spitting. So now it's about spitters now. Spitting is coming back now. Everybody has to step their lyrical game up now. That's a great thing, you see. But the thing is with BET, they the cultural barometers are just under scrutiny right now. Soul Train and BET Hip Hop Awards, they used to be cultural barometers. There were a lot of classic moments on that. Just among Black society. And now you look at the shows now, even the red carpet, it's some goofy stuff. They try to get some of the social media cats who are popular. That really don't work. On the last one of them award shows, they had some YouTubers and streamers and stuff like that. And that don't really translate like they think it does. It doesn't really translate on television. Um, I think the stuff works online because a lot of people feel like it's almost a clubbish type of thing. It's like you're part of an insider group when you watch them online, even though a lot of these guys get millions of followers. Still feels like somewhat of an inside thing that you're in on. It feels like real cliquish. So I think that's kind of the appeal to it. So, but that doesn't translate on television as great, you see. And excuse me, right now there's a major intersection with a lot of broader social movements. See, this FBA Renaissance movement, it's kind of intersecting with a lot of other social concerns. People talking about DEI programs and history being rolled back. So a lot of people are looking at this pause of BET shows and seeing that it kind of coincide with suspicions of recolonizing black culture by non-black gatekeepers, you see. Because BET, we know it ain't no FBA's running nothing up there. And a lot of this lowbrow stuff, um, we know that low key it's meant to denigrate black society. And we can sense it now. We can kind of feel it. It's nothing really constructive like that. And if something is constructive, they'll try to attribute it to something else or some other culture. I saw one of them shows. I don't know which one it was. I forgot. This was a few years ago. I don't know what award show it was. It was something on BET. And I think somebody got some Afro beats artist or somebody, somebody from Africa, somebody got an award. And then they mama came on the stage. Something the mother came up there and she was on some, yes, we are everything started from Africa first. You are African first. Okay. Like, okay. I don't know. I forgot who the artist was, but some of y'all might remind me. But little stuff like that, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. So it's a whole new day. It's a whole new day right now. The Renaissance movement is real. This movement has contributed to the pausing, quote, suspension of the BET Soul Train and Hip Hop Awards by really amplifying demands for authentic representation and cultural ownership and accountability in black media, because now you got a lot of independent black media and black voices out here that's not going to rely on the legacy media. You're just not going to accept everything they give you. We have us out here now. We have other people right now letting you know what's going on in real time. We have documentaries like Microphone Check, and we have critiques of cultural driven narratives. And that movement that has shifted audience expectations. That's why them ratings are in a tank right now. The renaissance is real, ladies and gentlemen. So let's hop on. Let me get some people in here because I ain't gonna be on too long. Let's get Dark Pope. Dark Pope, hop on in. What's up, Cyber Regina? I see you, dear. Cousin Jerry, I see you, dear. Brother McCall, I see you. Um, Dark Pope, what's up, brother?
Yeah, man, Tariq, what's up?
I'm good, Dark Pope. How are you, brother? Dark Pope, I'm here, brother. What's up? Oh, Dark Pope, you all right, brother?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. What's going on with you?
Oh, yeah, man. I just wanted to just speak on Shudua Sanders, man. He's gonna
Yes,
be
go ahead.
performing well tonight. So the haters are just gonna keep on hating, but he will do his best, tonight. Yeah. That's what I just came here to just say. Sure, man.
Did the game was the game tonight, or did they play a game already, or are they playing the game later on?
They are playing later on. So basically, it will be tonight for you guys in the US, and for us, it will be a Saturday morning around 1 a.m. So
Oh,
that will
cool.
be
Okay.
around 8 Eastern.
Got it, man. Thank you so much. Who are they playing? I gotta look it up because I've been wondering when they're gonna start playing. Who are they gonna play? Any football fans in here? Who are they playing tonight? Let me get Boss in here. Boss, hopefully Boss knows what's up. Brother Boss, hop on, Boss. Brother
Mr.
Boss.
Nasheed,
Hey, what's up, Boss?
What's going on, sir? This is Crown from DC. I've been trying to get Star to come out to the rally, but he wasn't able to make it. I think an interview with him would be awesome between you two. He's always stood 10 toes down when it comes to holding down the culture,
Oh yeah.
FBA. And he's always had, um, he's never been one to hold his tongue when it came to Fat Joe.
Oh
So I
yeah.
appreciate what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. He was the first
yeah,
one to call him out. That's the first person I heard call out Fat Joe.
for years he's
Yeah.
been doing it. And I'm a supporter of his. Always call in and speak highly of FBA. FBJ is in the room. He understands where I'm coming from. But to land my plane, I think that we'll get reparations under Trump. Screw the Democrats. I think that once we write our own reparations package, once we write our own protection laws tailored specifically for us, we can eliminate the co-opting. We don't have to worry about that. Perpetual untaxed payments for us specifically, along with resources and things of that nature. So I do think that once we push that narrative to Trump, I think we can, for sure, get that from Trump, not the Democrats. I don't care nothing about them. So FBA all day, DC, we here.
My man, much respect to you. But yeah, shout out to brother Star. Uh yeah, Star always keeps it 100. Yeah, Star called out Fat Joe for years. He's the first person I heard call out Fat Joe. Let me tell you something. Star, I've been saying I don't know why they haven't done a documentary on Star. DJ Star, man, Star, hip hop radio that we see now, that came from him. Y'all know that? Hip hop radio as we know it right now, that real authentic urban, just that in your face, that came from Star. That came from him. He pioneered that whole shock jock style in urban radio. Star was one of the first people who didn't pander to the artist as a DJ. You know, back in the day, the DJ was basically like a de facto promotional guy for the rappers. So when they would come into the radio and do an interview, what they would do, they would get a whole bunch of softball questions from the DJ. So when you made this song, uh, um, who's the producers on the record? And what's your favorite song on your album? And are you going to collaborate with Snoop Dogg in the future? Well, are you going to do some things with Jay-Z? It was a lot of real softball stuff. The DJs basically acted as promoters for the artists. Star was the first person who told, "Hey man, your album is trash." He was the first person to keep it 100 with people. He didn't really kiss up to the artists like that. He came in and asked them some real shit. He said, "Hey man, your first album was good, but your second album was trash. Why was your second album trash?" So he would say what people were thinking. So that blew everybody away. So he flipped the whole script on host etiquette to a certain degree. He embraced being an objective hater. Yeah. So the stars for that's a legendary cat, man, and even the way the those dudes who do radio and then do YouTubes and stuff like that go from radio. He was doing that shit first. He was um going from radio and doing YouTube broadcasts like that early 2000s. So the cat, he's a legend with it for real. You got to give that brother his flowers. I like giving people credit where credit is due because the industry they try to get funny style and act like certain people didn't change the game and don't want to give people their flowers. Brother Michael, hop on in, sir.
Yeah, Flex, you're the chosen one. It was written. You ever thought about putting together FBA musical awards? Get you another building, get some
Hey,
trophies started up.
hey, man, a lot of people have been asking about that. A lot of people have been asking about that. That might be something that we have to do. That might be something we have to do because it's needed. It's needed. And I got to start thinking into that. I got to really start thinking into that because there's a lot of people within the community that we got to give their
Mhm.
flowers, not just music, but just culturally. We got to give them their flowers so they won't be erased. So that's a great idea, man. I got to look more into that. Yes, indeed. Let's get Brock in the building. Mr. Brock. Mr. Brock in the building. Excuse me. Mr. Brock, hop on in, sir. All right, Brock. While we're waiting on Brock, let's get the Dreamer, the Dream Sketcher. The Dream Sketcher. Hop on in, Dream.
Hey, what's up, Flex?
I'm good, man.
Two things, man, real quick. You brought up about Star, man. You brought me back to the '90s when he was with Buck Wild. Yeah, he always kept it P.
Oh yeah.
Even back then, it was like, I don't know if he was before Wendy Williams, but it was like, he kind of had that different perspective, and he kind of made you think like, well, this is not no, you know, this is not no real, music. Like, we got to be critical with this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We can't just
that
helped
the game too. To me, that helped the game. You don't let niggas come in and just because they at the studio or at the radio station just gonna kiss up to them. Like, no, man, if your shit is trash, you go such and such put out a horrible album, and I don't give. And he would call out the payola at the radio station. Like, I don't give a damn who's paying who. This shit is.
Yeah, he didn't care. He didn't care whether you was black, Latino, whatever you identified as. He didn't care.
Right.
But the other thing I was going to bring up, Flex, real quick, and I'm going to land my plane. I just saw, I don't know if you know, Joe is on a podcast with Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Now. And so I noticed they had a snippet of a show that he recently did where he brought up the BET Awards, and he's talking like, oh, I had to step away. He's not really admitting to what you're talking about. Like, he's kind of like trying to throw it under a rug and make it seem like it's something else as to why he left.
Yeah, I saw that. They were trying to make it seem like, well, the budget was cut. It was the budget this, and yeah, he was kind of talking around it, but we know what it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, we know what it is. My man, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey y'all, I'm feeling fresh out here at the club. That's because I got my Rootwork deodorant on. Y'all need to get with the program and get your Rootwork at rootworkstyle.com.